Well, it's a pleasure to be here tonight to congratulate and recognize Gary Hardy. You know, I can't actually remember where or how I met Gary. I think I met Gary when I was in the insurance business, and I walked into I believe it was the Bank of Oldham County, and Gary was the assistant to the assistant to the assistant to the fourth vice president at that time. But he's risen since, and I knew he would. Gary is the kind of guy that is going to always pay attention to detail and get along with people. He's got a great personality, and of course, Gary always stays close to the money too. I've noticed that he never gets too far away from the banking business. I guess that's a good business to be in.
Well, I met him about 25 years ago. We happened to be cellmates at LaGrange State Reformatory. Just kidding. I actually was a certified residential appraiser, and I did a lot of appraisals for the banks he worked for. And then later on, I did construction inspections for his bank. So I got to know him pretty well, and we were in similar clubs, yada, yada, you know.
I have known Gary all my life. I was lucky enough to have known Gary's grandparents and Gary's parents, Tom and Joanne Hardy. And I know where Gary gets his community spirit and his devotion to others and his willingness to help out with Oldham County. It's from his grandparents and his parents. And I would say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree there.
So I've known Gary most of my life. We actually met when I was a kiddo in church. His daughter Rachel and I grew up together. And that's where we originally met.
I met Gary Hardy in the late 1980s as a customer at Hometown Pizza. It's my first initial meeting with him. He was a loyal customer, and then from that point on, the relationship has grown 30 some years later.
So I first met Gary, I couldn't even tell you what year it was now, but being a builder and developer in the community, I first met him through the banking world. He was a lender back at the Bank of Oldham County when I first started doing business with them, gosh, 15 or 18 years ago, something like that now, and we continue to do business all the way up until his current bank.
I think Gary deserves this award because he is the ultimate connector. If Gary doesn't know you, he likely knows someone who does know you, and he uses that to help people succeed in this community, whether it's through business or charity work. I've seen him do it in my life and lots of other people's lives, and that is truly a commendable thing that he's done for this community.
I already knew you were Oldham Countian of the Year because I've been to lunch with you. And if anyone has ever tried to go to lunch with Gary Hardy, they know that it's pretty much an impossible task to not know that you're Oldham Countian of the Year. Everybody knows you already in Oldham County. You know everybody. It's going to lunch with a movie star. So I don't even know what this actual award is going to do for you.
You know, Gary's involvement in the community has just been invaluable. You know, clearly he's helped a lot of folks like myself that are in business grow their business and help them to understand you know, some of the risks they're taking, helping them with decisions on, you know, the pros and cons. You know, over the years I found Gary to be not just a banker but a friend as well, that I know that, you know, that I could talk to as I explored some deals from a friend perspective or an investor perspective, not just, hey, would the bank consider this loan? But beyond that, you know, he's involved in so many other things that are volunteer and just charitable type organizations, you know, or development type organizations with the Rotary, or all those kind of different things that he's been involved in for many years in the community.
If you've ever come over to the Hardy house for dinner or for a visit, it wouldn't take you long to find the things that are important to my parents and imagine how our dinner conversations went when I was a kid. First, political updates were always discussed. My dad has a love for this country and has an opinion no matter who is the president or how it should be run at all levels. Also, my dad loves talking about finances, business, financial freedom, eliminating debt, and avoiding what is too expensive or how to make money flipping whatever he had just bought. He's a banker, so he loves to talk about finances. You can imagine the impact that this had on my financial future and for my kids. Of course, his family is his number one priority. He did a great job taking care of his mother, his daughters, and of course his grandkids. I'm sure you've heard all about those grandkids and seen probably too many videos, so sorry about all the videos.
Is very, very, very supportive and just a good, consistent friend. You know, I've done a lot of volunteer work with Gary. As a matter of fact, I taught Gary Hardy how to make a pizza. We did a fundraiser and we used Hometown Pizza's food truck, and he sort of was the person that was in charge of the cooking, and he made pizzas and he ran that food truck like a champ.
Over the past couple of days, I was thinking of what to say on this. It kind of made me laugh to think Gary and Kathy were my very first clients, but he also gave me my first house loan and my first truck loan. And maybe that's why he was my first client, to help me pay those bills. But I sure appreciate him taking those chances on me over the years.
I think the thing I'm most proud of is just how dedicated he's been and how persistently he has worked for Oldham County.
Gary Hardy once traded me an old rusted out Toyota pickup truck for a rototiller that I had. So you know it wasn't much of a truck if he would trade for a rototiller. And this truck, when we went out on the test drive, I remember looking, and underneath the dash they had added an air conditioning unit. And I said, hey, daggone it, Gary, this thing's got air conditioning, does it work? To which Gary replied, works great in the winter. And I said, well, what about the heater? He says, it works great in the summer. And Gary, you know, not wanting to tell an untruth, that was his way of putting the best spin on it. And that old truck, it ran for about 3 years, but I finally had to get rid of it because it was so rusty. Every time I hit a bump, a big plume of rust would come up and get in your eyes. And so that's why I said bye-bye to the truck.
Well, Gary and his farming activities, he bought a farm about 2 years ago. And with the help of his tractor and his bobcat and bush hog, he's turned it into a showcase. Well, on there is a tobacco barn. And I'm a part of a select group that we call ourselves the Barn Bunch. And on Fridays, when the weather's warm, we'll meet there and have lunch. One of the guys will run to Bully's Barbecue, pick up orders, and we'll have lunch and socialize. And usually we talk about politics. And the ones that are as old as Gary is, they always complain about body parts that are hurting that wasn't the week before.
We are so proud of you and thankful for what this award probably doesn't see, which is just you as dad and grandpa and what your family knows you as. So over the years, I have enjoyed following along with your banking journey across Oldham County and surrounding areas. And of course, the grandkids have always loved visiting your banks.
Gary, I am so thrilled that you have been chosen as the Oldham County-an of the Year. I know how much your grandparents and how much your parents would love to see this, and I know how proud they are of you getting this award as well. I think it's fabulous.
Hey, again, congratulations, Gary. You've earned it, deserve it. Appreciate everything you've done in our community, and thank you for what you have done and what you'll continue to do in the future.
Gary, congratulations on being named Oldham County End of the Year. You are well deserving of it. You have worked hard, and I truly thank you for all you've done for me, and the community does as well.
Gary Hardy, congratulations to you, my friend.
Congratulations, Gary, on your award. It's very well deserved, and proud of you, and glad to call you a friend.
Gary, my friend, you're getting an award tonight that has been overlooked, and you should have gotten it a long time ago. And in closing, I just want to say this one thing. Get that gun away from Kathy before she shoots somebody. Just kidding.
Hey Gary, I wanted to congratulate you on this honor of becoming Oldham County End of the Year. I'm obviously in Florida, and the call came and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be Oldham County End of the Year. But if I have to lose out to somebody, I can't think of anybody better. You have worked hard, you have given a life of service, you live in this community, work in it, and you try and make it a better place. Not only as your relative, but as a friend and a fellow Oldham Countyan. I'm very grateful for that. So I just wanted to say congratulations, and I know that Kathy has been a big part in helping you get to where you are today. Thank you, Kathy. We all know you guys can't make it without us. You either. So just wanted to say congratulations and have a great day.
I knew that my dad was destined to change lives when he talked to my 3rd grade class about saving money and how banks work, when my friends brought it up years later. He impacted not just my life, but those in Oldham County as well. I'm so proud of you, I love you, and thanks for all that you do for our family as well as those in Oldham County.
Hey Gary, I can't think of anybody that deserves this more than you. Well, actually, I can think of one person, but my schedule's full and I can't make it down there. So anyway, hey, congratulations, brother. Proud of you. Good job.
Congratulations, Gary. Very much deserved.
We love you, Dad, and we're so proud of you, and we are so, so excited that you are Oldham County End of the Year. All right, what are you going to say?
Thank you. I love you, Grandpa.
Love you, Dad.
Perfect.